In honour of the recent exploits of our illustrious video maker, Bath-based Oliver MacDonald, he's just ridden 1,300 kilometres from London to Lodi in Italy. We thought it might be interesting to have a look at the kit that he's used for his bike touring exploits, and then do a side-to-side comparison with the kit that you might use to do some bike packing, rougher terrain, Tuscany Trail, that sort of thing. Okay, so this is Oliver's rig that he, as I say, came down from London to Italy on. It's set up as a bike touring rig, pretty light at the front. He's got a little top tube bag here which he can slip his cell phone into. He can put some money, his wallet, a few snacks in there, water in the place you'd expect it to be, space on the handlebars for his GPS, everything else, and all the kit pretty much. He's got a little toolkit here. Everything else is in the panniers. The panniers are on either side, so they actually balance the bike quite nicely. All the weight is on the back though, so that is good in some situations, not so good in others. But lots of capacity here. He can get about 8 to 10 kilos of gear in there. He can put his clothes in. He was working on his way down, so he could get his computer in, camera gear, pretty much everything you need goes in those panniers. These are dead easy. You literally just lift them off the bike and away you go. So coming on to the bike packing rig, it's a slightly different configuration. Smaller packages dispersed in different places over the bike. I've got a back loader, as they call them. You can get a sleeping bag, quite a few items of clothing. That'll hold up to about 5 or 6 kilos of gear. I then have a frame bag into which I can put a little medical kit, the tool kit, a spare tube. I've got a top loader as well, a tiny bag here that I can put my phone into. I can put some snacks in there. And then on the front, you've got a couple of options. In this case, I've just got a little waterproof bag that, again, you can put documents, you can put your telephone in there. Otherwise, the alternative is if you're out camping is that you put a larger, bulkier handlebar bag on there, and you roll up your tent, you roll up your sleeping bag and your sleeping system, and that fits very nicely on there. It's all very compact and it's all very well balanced. So that's the details of the bikes. Let's get on the road and do some testing. A little bit of tarmac, a little bit of gravel, a little bit of climbing, and maybe even a little bit of medieval paving stones. Let's give it a go. So here we are, cappuccino, croissant and conclusions on the two bikes. I guess a lot of it is down to what you're actually used to. I'm used to riding the bikepacking bike with a bikepacking setup, so it's more compact. Oliver's bike is much better set up for touring, I would have to say. I think the weight distribution is fine. It's great on asphalt, it's great on long straights. It feels a little bit wobbly to me at any rate when I'm going on gravel, but that's the lightness at the front because he hasn't got any weight basically, or bags compensating at the front of the bike. I guess it's horses for courses. The bike packing setup is studied and made for a compact, rugged bike that's going to go over gravel. It's probably a little bit more aero on the gravel bike. To me, because that's what I'm used to, it feels firmer. Pick your bike, pick your equipment, and then build it up slowly, depending on the type of riding you're going to do. But they're both great fun. The important thing is to get out on your bike. Cheers.